This is the Negro Ninja. And today I just want to say that it's very important for a man to know himself and his own value. It's very important to take time, to be alone and just look at your qualities. Okay, what is awesome about you? All right, recognize that about yourself. Okay, because people are not going to tell you these things. Okay, if anything, they're going to try to make you feel like you're less than what you are. Okay, a lot of times these are mind games. Once again, it's all about people be trying to compete with you low key, or maybe you make people feel worse about themselves because, they got low self esteem and they want everybody to be down there with them, just typical stuff like that. They always want somebody to be down there. And when whatever they're comparing, you to or whatever happens to exceed whatever the fuck they're trying to compare you to, they feel low. Okay, a lot of these people are at odds with themselves. Okay, and they try to take it out on you. Very important for a man to know his qualities, what makes you awesome. Okay, because people and women will try to make you think that you are less than what you are if you're not careful. Okay, nobody's opinion matters about you except for God and yourself. Okay, and once again, it's all about honesty. If you're a real dude, of course, what you're going to tell yourself is real. Everybody know where they stand. Okay. Everybody knows where they stand. Okay. Some people are underrated. Okay. They'll put somebody inferior over somebody that, should be at the top or whatever. But like I said, it's just like what the Bible says. And let me see the scripture. Like Ecclesiasticus says, there's an evil in which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich set in low place. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Now, this is Ecclesiasticus 10:5-6. Okay, so just think about that. And that is a 100% fact. Okay. That is a 100% fact. Okay. That's why people hate. That's just them basically proving what they just said. Okay. And then it gets more complicated. Okay. Because once again, when it comes to women, you got everybody trying to do that, like if you get rejected or whatever, you got people trying to tell you that you ain't shit, the woman trying to make you feel like you ain't shit. Once again, it's a battle. Maybe you make her feel like less of a woman due to your qualities of being, too hot for her or whatever. It's all types of stuff. Maybe she feels she can't control you, so she'll try that type of stuff. I actually got a story for y'all that happened to me in the Goodwill today. I might do it in the next video. But it's so dumb that, it's a real stupid story. But, yeah. So I'm listening to this story on Reddit, okay, of a dude that basically heard his fiance, comparing him unfavorably to her ex. Okay, but what he failed to understand is what he went through was very spiritual, because he was not supposed to hear that. That was just God letting him hear some stuff that he should hear, that he think it was an accident. But that was God letting him know the truth. Okay. That was God letting him know the truth. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. Actually, this is already a long video. So I'm just going to paraphrase it. So basically, he was going to the kitchen for something. And his girlfriend and her friends was in there. And out the blue, he heard the truth from his girlfriend. Basically saying that, let me see if I can read it. Hold on. Okay, so the scenario is, it was by accident that he heard this. We had a group of our friends over as the night went on, and we all kind of bursted out into little groups. That right there is deep in itself right there. Some of us were in one room playing Texas Hold'em, and a couple of others were watching Lord of the Rings marathon. I thought she was watching the movies, but she and one of her close friends were actually sitting in the kitchen drinking coffee and talking. Now that right there is deep. I thought she was doing one thing, she's really doing something else. So just think about it like that. Our group has run out of soda. Okay, once again, he thinking that she just doing something innocent. Oh yeah, everything is smooth sailing. He got this part right. Okay, once again, God showed him something. So our group ran out of soda. I got up to go to the kitchen to get drinks and a couple of snacks. As I'm rounding the corner, I heard my fiance, and before I completely come in the room, I hear her clearly say, Jason is great, but he will never be the lover that Bill was. What a bitch. You see how, like, who would? Anyway, she then followed it up with, it's not really fair to Jason, though. What a bitch. Billy was just really gifted down there. What a complete bitch. First of all, like I'm saying, like, I never in my life have done that before, you know. Like any chick that I'm dealing with, I feel that they're superior to the last bitch I had, okay? And that's how it worked for me. Okay, I haven't really found myself saying, "Oh, she was not like this last bitch," because either way I go, they bitches because nothing worked out right. Just very demonic, very disrespectful. What she doing right here? Okay, doing this, and she's and he think that he was winning. Like that's what I be trying to tell y'all. Just think about all my stories. I'm walking around, and every time I'm looking around, you know, bitches be with niggas acting like they low key don't like them, like they just kind of. You know, it's just fake, you know, like to be with a nigga. But you better not be looking at the hoes, nigga or nigga. I better not catch you looking at this bitch's ass. Hold up, what? That don't even make sense. Y'all married, y'all in a good relationship. You this, that, and this, whichever one it is. Yeah, but you better not be looking at that bitch's ass. You ain't cheating on me, nigga. You know, be even on some shit like that. No real connection to the niggas that they with, but to everybody else they think it is. So, that right here just proves it too. These hoes don't give a fuck about the niggas they with. Okay. So the second paragraph. At first I thought about just walking back into the card game pretending like we didn't have any extra soda or food, but I decided to kind of make a noise and go on. Her friend caught eye of me rounding the corner. She has no idea I heard her. She just stops talking to her and asked me how I'm doing it if I'm having fun. I was tempted to say something like I'm having as much fun as someone who is not gifted down there can, but I didn't. He said he didn't say that. I said yes and proceeded to get my stuff and go back to finish the night, and not to like nothing was wrong the rest of the night and went to bed. Once again, she pretty much punctured this dude in like a artery or something. Needless to say, it fucked me up, see? I mean, fucked up bad. I never been jealous or what you would call insecure about myself until that moment. Like I said, you got to know yourself. Okay. Got to have that confidence. Okay. Can't allow people to build you up. Like a lot of dudes, okay, you know, that's why people walking around picking at people that's single. Like whenever I have a girlfriend, I don't do that to people. Okay. And that's how you know them niggas ain't shit. I'm like, first of all, you just a bitch away from being a suicidal nigga. Shut the fuck up. Okay. I mean, you just a broke up bitch away from it, is what I meant to say. Yeah, actually a bitch away. That's the same thing. Because the hoe is responsible for making him do these things. But yeah. He said he couldn't sleep that night and went through a myriad of emotions while lying there. First he was angry. Then he was humiliated. Then he was depressed. Then he was angry again. She killed that nigga mentally, spiritually on some level.
It's not really fair to...
Okay, he says he realized that the male ego seems stupid to women. And the reason why it seems stupid to women is because they ain't got no respect for it. Okay, because you look, okay, like I said, just doing the shit that I'm doing, I don't even know these hoes. Okay, and if I give her some type of attention, you know how like there's just sexual attention, you just see a chick and bzzz, they don't even got to look at each other. Okay, and they just be there and she feel that connection. That's why I made the video. Women are already emotionally invested and they still expect you to work for it. Really? They don't make sense. Okay, so they'll feel that connection. Don't nobody notice but you and her. But she gonna punish you for something if you do something she don't like. You better not ever look at no bitch around me. That's what she'll be like. Okay, unless it's something that she approve of. But if she don't approve of it, then she'll punish you. But it'd be some stupid shit too. But you see how easy it is to damage them in these stories that I'm talking about. Okay. So back to what he just said. The male ego seems stupid to women and even guys who are totally self-assured. I would have, and once again, okay, these are just people that don't give a fuck because it's easy to hurt them niggas. Okay, like I said, just simply being like if a hot dude is around chick, soon as a hot dude enters the room, and if he righteous and all that type of stuff, them niggas act like they penis is hurting just because you're in there, and they can feel that their chick thinks you're hot or something. They act like they dick is hurting. I would have agreed with most of this prior to that night, but once it has been damaged, it is a bitch. I try to hide any form of emotion. Once again, that's insanity about it, or let her know. But as the days went on, it kept getting worse and worse. I was avoiding her at all costs, and while she was suspicious, she didn't really say anything until she attempted to be intimate with me a few days later, and I flat out rejected her. It wasn't by a conscious decision on my part, by the way. I had made the decision on my own to just try and get over it and move on. But in that moment, instead of being sexually aroused, I felt deeply inadequate and ashamed. There was nothing happening no matter how much each of us tried. Now, she deserved that. Okay, but I don't want this video to get too long. Okay, but you pretty much just see the hell this man is going through just because he heard that. Okay, because he's acting like he walked into a room and basically saw her getting dicked down and gave a review after the dicking. Okay, that's how he acting. And that's essentially what happened because she's cheating on him in her mind, in her heart. Okay, spiritually and with her heart. Okay, just violation on every possible level. Okay, and like I said, let me just kind of summarize what I'm looking at. Cause this shit here long. Okay, he said that so much. He said he was humiliated. He laid in bed naked, unable to get an erection. Okay, and then he basically confronted her about what he heard. Okay, he said it didn't go over well, and she's at first she tried to tell him that he didn't hear her correctly. Just typical bitch shit. They always lying. You got them dead to rights, and the bitch is lying. Okay, and that explains all them stories of a hoe, just doing dumb shit, even though she's attracted to the dude. Bitch, I know you want to fuck, what's up? Okay, and when she's intimidated, it's stupid shit like that, like how she is in this scenario. Got her. Bitch, you caught. Okay, so, well, once she couldn't deny it, you look at once she couldn't deny it. Then she tried to apologize. To her credit, she tried to listen to my feelings on the matter. She don't give a fuck about your feelings, nigga. Because she gave a fuck about his feelings. That's not something that would have came out of her mouth to begin with. She would have at least waited until they was nowhere around each other. She don't give a fuck about that nigga. And like I said, when you hear stuff like that, I believe, like, part of me believes that people want you to hear it, like, but just in a cowardly way. So, it just happened in that spiritual way. And God just be like, look, God pretty much just tells you how this person is. But, yep. Once again, I am sure I was more of a big turnoff for her because I was a wreck emotionally. I'm like, whatever, nigga. And like I said, that just goes to show you right there. I could do a whole nother video on this topic. Y'all will like this one. Okay. Just try to read through this. She tried to tell me how much of a better person I was and how I satisfied her and how she wanted nobody else. But all I could hear was Charlie Brown's teacher noise. That shit funny. Okay, he said it's been almost a month that he haven't been wanting to have sex with her. Now she's getting frustrated. Okay, and he just can't get past it. Okay, then he's talking about the breakup between her and her boyfriend. It was not a mutual breakup. He basically dumped her and broke her heart and all this type of stuff. This nigga is going through some trials, bro. Hold on, let me pause this as I read it. All right, I had this pause for a minute, but I think I left off by saying he was saying that her ex just broke up with her. It was unmutual. Okay. Hold on, let me read this. He said he knew this early on in the relationship because she said it. She wasn't ready to be serious about anyone because her ex left her and emotionally broke her. Now, this right here is a very important realization. Okay, do not get with bitches. Okay, that was broken up with. It's better to get bitches that broke up with the nigga instead. Okay, but personally, I just would rather have women that don't really have much experience anyway to avoid all that dumb shit right there. But that's just me. Because I would rather teach the woman anyway. Like if she's willing to learn, I think that's better. But that's just me. You do what you do. I do what I do. So he basically said, well, this is not a case. Hold up. So this is not a case of me being able to say, well, she's with me because she wants to be. If he hadn't dumped her, she would have never left him, which is true. And she pretty much said it with that statement. What a bitch. Okay. Now I have no idea if after all these years she would leave me for him, if he would come back. But I don't think she would, nigga. She would. Okay, because why would she be having that type of conversation? Like I said, whenever I'm with a new woman, okay, if I talk about the old woman I was with, it'll be because I'm saying, well, you much better than this last bitch I had. It'll be me comparing the new one better than the old one. Okay. Okay, he said he can basically feel himself checking out the relationship. Now he is acting, like I said, like the way he's going through this, I would say is, not to be disrespectful to this dude, but it sounds like a woman, but like I said, not being rude to them, but this right here should give you insight on the dudes that these women be picking. Okay. Okay, they almost always overly sensitive. That's something I noticed. That's why that's why I don't like being around niggas that got girlfriends. They be that right there just tell you how they be thinking. They very easy to hurt. You don't do shit to them. He can get my girl. I'm like, oh my god, I'm thinking about you and this bitch. But her telling me all of my other good qualities has only made it worse because she is saying things I think appeals to her and maybe other women, but being told I am a good provider and will make a great husband makes me feel like shit. See, very important for him. He's learning a lot. Okay. Now he probably already knew this, but some stuff you just got to experience from different angles. Because I was always disgusted with that shit anyway. Oh, good provider. I'm like, shut the fuck up. But he gonna get this bitch later on though. Watch. Hold up. And he was like, so what would happen if I lost my job or if I were to get injured and I couldn't make anything more than state assistance? Would she be there to support and help me? Very important lesson for this dude. God bless him. Okay. Basically, what I feel like right now is really a good friend that she's allowed to have sex with. I think I said something like that in old videos about how these hoes, you think that they's with dudes that they love. I remember saying this shit before though, but I told y'all. I know in my head that this is not correct, but in my heart, this is what I feel. Nah, nigga, that's your emotions. Fuck your heart. Okay, your head is correct. I mean, my bad. I said that wrong. His logic is trying to tell him that this is not correct, but what I really meant to say was, go with the instincts, which is what his heart is saying. Okay, his heart is basically saying that bitch is lying. I'm sorry for the length here, and I don't even know what I'm asking here. I'm totally lost, and if this continues, I think I'm just going to break off our engagement, which he should do. Okay, now the girl is basically trying to finesse him. She was to use the Bernie Gumble phrase, using sweet, sweet drunk talk. In other words, her and her friend were just talking drunk. Basically just trying to cover her tracks. Okay, and like I said, a lot of times when people are drunk, they say shit that they ain't got the guts to say. Okay, when they sober. Okay, and he basically said he can't see himself saying that about somebody that he loved, saying something like that out loud. Okay, so he basically just saying, he got common sense. And he said that he is an insecure man child who should man up and do better. I think that's what, hold on. Let me read that again. Okay, I think that they was telling him that they were saying that he was an insecure man child who should just man up and learn to do better. Well, I'm certain the first part is true, being insecure and all. Yeah, he clearly is insecure. He said, but the last part is out of his control. It's basically talking about the size of his penis. Now, he's finna reveal the size of his penis, okay? Okay, he said that, and I'm finna say pause, you know, cause in case somebody fast forward and don't know what the fuck going on. Pause. Okay. He says no matter what he does, he will only be 7 inches long. Now, as I was reading the story the first time, okay, in my mind, I thought this nigga was like 2 inches or something. Like that's how he was talking. You know, that's how he was feeling. Oh, you know, like all the little dick stories is what I was thinking about. Okay, but to be honest with you, they say that 7 inches is not even considered. You know, that's not even the average size. Okay, the average size is much smaller than 7 inches. Okay, you know, and to be fair, you know, dude most likely that like the dude who she's comparing favorably to him probably is an inch bigger or something. That's just my theory. Okay, that's just my theory. Okay, because I'm telling you, women can't really take real big dick anyway. Okay, and like I said, I bet the nigga is only slightly bigger than him or something. And you know, he clearly is insecure because if you got a big dick, who cares about how big the next? You don't give a fuck. Okay, you don't care if you have the Guinness Book of World Records penis size. Okay, the nigga that has that record can't even do shit with it. Okay, you can't function with something that's abnormally huge. You know, it's not. I'm telling you, niggas be doing it to themselves. You know. Like the smartest thing he did was basically break up with this bitch, and I'm happy he did that. You know, so that's a good sign for him. Okay, but a lot of women would think that is, you know, excellent. Okay, just leave that bitch, you know, which he did. You know, just get with a bitch that like that size. You know, like I said, I'm telling you, man. And then walking around like he just like that or something. But he came to the realization that she's hung up on her ex or whatever. He's like, "Fuck it, we can't be together." But I'm trying to find this part where he told her, you know, something that was basically the female equivalent of what the hell he heard. Hold up. Okay, he's still stuck on that. He was willing to learn techniques for her and all this type of stuff. Like I said, he don't know better. It's not hard to satisfy these hoes. That bitch just has her own personal problems. Okay, and then he was basically saying she kept telling me how much better I was at everything else, and that I should not throw away a lifetime over one aspect. Now that's funny because she would leave him over something smaller. Okay, now you'll be you know, hoes put up with a lot of stupid shit, but it always be something real small. You don't know how that small thing make her feel, and if it makes her feel some type of way, then that, you know, that usually ends your relationship. Like I said with me, it's all about what I be saying to these bitches. Like if I say something, you know, like correcting them, they don't even like correction. Never to be heard from again. Never to be seen or heard from again. Okay, just a correction. They'll leave you over that. That's small. Okay, and it's always the big shit they want you to just overlook. That's what pissed me off about bitches. So down, they still on this. That shit is a big deal to him. To be honest, I think he stayed with it too long after hearing that shit. But that's what happens when you're in love and when you're a decent person. But he said, I tried my best to be gentle. I tried to take all the blame, stating that I knew my attitude was probably not healthy, but it's who I am. No, he's just coming into the realization that things are just a lie, and the way he was taught to deal with stuff is a lie. But he being the man, he got the every right to be that upset about what the fuck he just heard. Okay, I finally found the part I really want y'all to hear. Okay, so he's basically saying, I guess I do want to share one thing I spoke with her about. When we were having our very long conversation, I presented her with a scenario for her to compare. I know her well enough to know that comparing body parts or sexual prowess isn't going to impact her the same way it would me. Now, let me pause this. It's going to be a long video. So, once again, women always talking about body shaming and this type of stuff like this. And every time you look around, you hear hoes talking about height and all this type of stuff. Then she just flat out did what she did in this video. Okay, comparing this nigga unfavorably. Like I said, I bet you $5 that her ex that she say is gifted down there was probably only slightly bigger than that dude. Okay, probably like point 0.5 inches bigger or something, or an inch bigger. But let's see. I know her well enough that comparing body parts of sexual prowess. Oh shit, sexual prowess. Hold up. Is it going to impact her the same way it would me? So I put the scenario to her like this. I said that if you walked in and overheard me talking with my friend Tim and you heard this, Jill is great, but she would never understand me and comfort me the way Tiffany did. Okay, but it's not Jill's fault. Tiffany is just the most smartest, most compassionate person I've ever known. And Jill just isn't as smart. So he getting this bitch. I like this. Then if she would not confront me about saying those things about her, that my response to her would have been, then if she would confront me about all that, my response would have been, I love you for all your other qualities. Nobody makes a sandwich like you do. And I think long term, you won't gauge me for my money. All right, at first she tried to say that this was a totally different issue. But once we talked more about it, she finally agreed it is because of the way we both approach and value sex. Okay, now once again, at the end of the day, people don't know this. This is a secret that a lot of people don't know. At the end of the day, okay, it's always about sex. Women try to make you think, oh man, men are just pigs. They always think about sex. But sex pretty much makes a woman's decision, about every mistake she makes with niggas. It's all about the sex half the time. Okay. That's what it's really all about. The way to a woman's heart is through that pussy. Okay, which is why they place. I'm telling y'all, man, like hoes know what time it is. That's what, like all this rebellion and shit. Like when a dude is hiding all that type of stuff. This type of stuff, pretty much adds to it right here. Okay, they want to be in control. You being hot, you intimidate her. She feel like she can't be in control. She want to be able to hop from dick to dick to dick to dick without being, weighed down with the emotion that she should get from getting a righteous dick or whatever. Okay, like the Lady Gaga song, she ain't got to love nobody. They want to feel like that. Okay, and that's why they make bad decisions, get with niggas that they don't truly love so they can just be able to just drop it whenever they feel like it because they feel empowered. But, anyway. She ultimately admitted that this would hurt her feelings, but she would not break up with me over it. That's a complete lie. She lying her ass on. Like I said, a woman would break up with you for less. If it gets to her, she'll do it. Then I responded that even in my make-believe scenario, which by the way I would never say about anyone out loud that I love, she could improve her low-level education and learn to be more compassionate. He is really getting this bitch.
Different issue, but once we talked more about it, she finally agreed it is because of the way we both approach.
Yeah, he got that bitch though, but that seemed to be the end of it, But he went through quite a journey. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm telling you, God be looking out for you. They're very important, okay? Because if somebody would have told him that, he would not even have taken it. He probably would have loved her more if somebody said, I heard your girlfriend say this. Okay. Oh, I don't believe you, man. You just hating. That's probably would have been his response. And if he believed it, I still don't think that he would have had the same revelation that he had by hearing her say that firsthand. Very important. Very important. It's always better to know that a chick is full of shit now before y'all do something very serious together. And like I said, that's the importance of just flat out knowing yourself, being comfortable with yourself. Okay. Knowing your qualities and not letting the hoe break you like that. Okay, he ultimately was not broken, but it put a whooping on him. Okay, and I bet you going forward, that he will not let something like that affect him to that extreme. He'll probably just dump the next chick if he heard something like that again, but he'd probably be like, oh, whatever, it don't hurt me as much because I know what I am, and this, that, and this. And that's all I got to say for this rant. And this has been the Negro Ninja bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.